Still alive. Okay. Oh. Hi. I have to bend down. Okay, keep it to me. All right. So, I have been sharing my ginger tea recipe for many, many, many years. And the problem is every time I share it, and then I try to explain how to cut the ginger, and that part is always a problem. So, what I'm doing today is sharing how I prepare it. And then I'm going to give you some other information on the type of other products that you have in your kitchen, or you can go and buy, like lemongrass and some honey and stuff like that, so that you can add to it and enhance it for whatever other things that you might need. Okay, so I'm going to stand up now. This is really hard because hopefully my mom won't interrupt me. Okay, now this is my coconut oil. Okay, so this ginger tea can help with pretty much everything. Okay, but this, I purposely created this in the very beginning because about, I think 8 years ago, I had an allergy in the summer. An allergy that turned into a cold, that kind of eventually turned into the flu, and I tried not to get it to turn into bronchitis. Oh my God. Hi Nola, hi Pinky. Hi Randy. I know you won't see my face. Okay, so this is about an inch, an inch and a half. It's round. So this is just a regular one. This is the organic. Okay. So I'm gonna show you how to cut it. Okay. Okay, this came from this. Okay, like this. Okay, so the round, when you cut it, you want to cut it the way that you can actually do the round. Okay, so this is one way, and this is the bigger way. You see how it goes, the texture? Okay, so how I do it is I cut into thin rounds. And there's a reason why I do that, because I want it to be a mince, and so that you will benefit from actually drinking the pulp as you drink the tea. Okay. So I'm going to cut all of this because I've got something else to show in a little bit on how you can make your own ginger oil. Okay, ginger tea. My ginger tea can help with any kind of cold or flu symptoms. If you've got a cough, this is really good. If you're feeling dizzy, this will work. If you've got digestive issues, you've got diarrhea or constipation, drink the tea. And what we usually do here is the minute somebody starts feeling something, they're drinking my ginger tea. Okay. Lonnie, I understand. Okay, sorry about that. Okay. Okay, see how thin it is? Very, very, very thin. Okay, so you can take a bag. This is just a little Ziploc bag. And what I do is put it in here. And just, so let me show you the different ways to do it. Okay, so if I put it in here, I don't even have to do the layering. I mean the one layer. And then I take my mallet, put a little bit of space from the end, because what happens is when you start pounding on it, you might accidentally open it up, and then you do this. And so this is very important to do this, because you want to get the benefits of the ginger pulp going into your system. Ginger can help fight inflammation. And when you're sick, your body has a lot of inflammation. So ginger is very helpful for helping with inflammation, reducing inflammation. Now, if you don't have a mallet, I guess you could use the end of the knife. I guess I'm pretending this is the knife, and you can do the same thing. Okay, so what happens is some people, when they make it, they do this. They do a mince, and they kind of like cut it up like that. Roughly like that. Okay. Not very well. Okay. This doesn't actually bring out a lot of the ginger. See how coarse it is? It doesn't really bring out a lot of the ginger juice when you do it this way. Because what you want is to have as much of the juice out of it as much as possible. Okay, so if you look at this, you'll see that I bruised it all up. And then you're going to see the finer pulp. And they're all bruised up because of the fact that I hit it with the mallet. Okay, so, now, if anyone has any questions, okay. Yeah, that's this one. Remember, this is the wrong way to do it. Okay. Not coarse. It's not bruised. You won't get a lot of the pulp, a lot of the juice, and then you can't really drink this. Okay. You won't be able to drink this as you're sipping your tea. All right. Now, what I use, and let's go into the other ingredients. Okay. I say lemon, but I like lime. I mean, you can use a lemon, but it's a lot milder. I usually use lime instead. Don't use, I guess you could use the concentrate, but it's not live anymore. So when you get the bottled concentrated lemon or lime juice, you kind of got rid of a lot of the live properties. Okay, so I used to use lime instead of lemon because it's a lot more citrusy flavor. And you can do it with just the ginger, but what I like to do is buy this. This is the Prince of Peace. Depending on where you are, if you've got a lot of Asian stores, you'll find this. But if you can't find it, Amazon sells it. And the reason why I use it, this is the lemon ginger honey crystals. Okay. Like that. And for some of you, I know ginger will take an acquired taste. It looks like that. Okay. Okay, I've already got some hot water boiling here. I mean, that's already been boiled. Okay. Okay, so what I usually do, because I want it really potent. Okay, so I put this whole thing. This is a 10-ounce mug. Put it all in there. And then I take, this is very, it's hot water. Pour that in there. And then what I do, okay, so some people can't take the ginger flavor. I tell you what, the more of the ginger that you can handle, the faster you're going to get over whatever it is that you're going through. Okay, so I usually take about, usually I take like maybe about half an inch of the ginger, and then pulp it up like this, and then I put it in my food. I should have done a better job. Okay, hold on. I mixed it all up. Oh, there you go. Okay, since I'm doing that, I might as well show you the other way that you can do it. And you take saran wrap. This is not cooperating. Okay. And you put your ginger, one layer, like that. It's easier to do a layer. And then you put your saran wrap over it. And then you pound. It's really pulpy, and it's finely minced, most of it anyway. Okay, so I'm gonna take this and put it in my tea. All right. Now, what's next? Okay, so I'm gonna put lime in it. Okay. And so I usually use like half. I know for most of you, when that has gotten the recipe, I say boil it with your water, the ginger, but I kind of cheat a lot. Because I have a hot water dispenser that's very hot. Okay, and then earlier I boiled pots of water. Okay, now you can drink it like this if you want to. Yeah, but for some people, not a good idea because it's very sour. So I have raw organic honey. Don't buy the flavored honey, and if you can buy the local raw organic honey, is a lot better. And the reason why, especially if you have allergies, raw organic honey that has been harvested from your area will help your body get used to the allergens that's already in the air. Sorry about that, somebody's messaging me. So, if you can get local honey, way better for you, especially if you have allergies. Okay? Now, one of the best honey that you can buy with Manuka. Manuka has the highest medicinal properties when it comes to antibacterial, antiviral, antimicroorganism. And so it's very expensive. Okay. It's very expensive, but it's really worth it. Okay. It only comes from New Zealand. Make sure that when you are buying Manuka honey, that it does tell you that it is from New Zealand, because there's a lot of fakes out there. Okay, so I bought this from Amazon. I think it was like $26 for 17.6 ounces. Okay, it's very thick. And what happens to my spoon? Oh, here it is. And it's a lot sweeter too. See? Looks like that. Okay. Now for most of you, you won't have the Manuka honey. So any raw organic, not flavored, make sure you read your ingredients, because a lot of people, a lot of manufacturers are passing off raw honey even though it's flavored. Read your ingredients. I got this from Costco. Okay, now if you don't have honey, there's another thing that you can buy. They have this in the Asian store as well. This already has honey. Okay, this is a ginger tea with Korean honey. Okay, you can buy this in the Asian store. You can also buy it on Amazon. And I like to add this too because it already has a citron in it. And so what I usually do, okay, now honey is to taste. Okay, so if you like a lot of ginger flavor, don't put too much honey. Because then it's going to get really, really sweet. Okay. So you can buy this or get the raw organic honey. Local one is better. And then I put, because this has more of the juice in the honey, so I can put, like, this is 1 teaspoon. Okay. And then you just stir it. And then you drink it. Okay. The first time I did this, it's like cough syrup. I drank it, and in about, before the 4 hours was over, I was coughing again. So what I did, and I didn't want to do the coughing. I was sleeping downstairs in the living room because my cough was terrible, nonstop. And this is really good for you right now with all the crazy stuff going on in the world. So I drank total of 3 cups. By the second cup, I had most of my symptoms gone, and I had chills, I had a hoarse voice, I had coughing nonstop. My throat was really sore. I had a fever on and off. And by the second cup, it was done. So I took a 3rd cup just to be safe. And so now what we do with this is anytime anybody feels anything, they're drinking a cup of this. And my son doesn't really like it because, you know, he's not a ginger person. Okay, now, okay, so we've got this. Okay, so this is ginger tea, basic, cold, flu. You've got digestive issues. You've got the runs. Drink ginger tea nonstop until it's done. Okay, so what I do when I feel anything, because I really don't have the luxury of laying down, I drink, whenever my cup is empty, I'm making another one. And I keep drinking until I start to feel better and everything's gone. Okay, for some of you, digestive issues, this will help. Instead of drinking water or soda, okay, drink this while you're eating a meal. And that will help with your digestive system. If you get constipated, ginger tea. Again, drink often. If you're having a really, really hard time, ginger tea will actually help you normalize your regular, I don't even know how to say this, but regulate your food. All right. Okay, so diarrhea, it will help. Nausea, if you're feeling morning sickness, ginger tea. Fresh ginger tea. You can just make it without this, but I prefer a really strong version because I don't have time to get sick. So this. Okay, now, some other things that you can use. Okay, if, oh wait, one more thing, sorry. Okay, you can also use, if you don't have fresh ginger, I mean, I always prefer fresh ginger, but you can also buy the ginger powder. Okay, when you're buying ginger powder, make sure that it is from the raw version that has been gently dried. The processing is different from most of the dried ginger products out there. Okay. So be careful when you're buying your ginger powder. This is from this is Rockwell. Okay, and this is from Terrasol Superfoods. I got this from Amazon. So that's another way for you to get the ginger if you don't have fresh ginger. May not be as powerful, but it's better than nothing. Okay, if you're dealing with a lot of inflammation, lots of cold, body aches, you can add turmeric. This is curcuminoid. Okay, be careful again when you're buying turmeric. Okay, make sure that it's curcumin and made from the root, and watch the processing because some of these are bad. They have fillers in them. Okay, and this one, when you buy turmeric, make sure that you have black pepper in it, because the body cannot absorb turmeric without black pepper. Okay, so if you got any kind of turmeric powder at home, you can add that to your tea. This is very good for pain and also helps with inflammation. Okay, but make sure if you don't have black pepper in your turmeric powder, you can add black pepper, fine ground. Okay, make sure you have it anytime you have turmeric tea. Okay, make sure you have black pepper, because otherwise it's useless. It's not working. You can drink it, but your body's not going to absorb it without the black pepper. Very important. Okay. Okay, so turmeric with black pepper. Okay, you can get the powder form. Just make sure you're reading your manufacturer labels when you make sure that they are actually getting it from the root itself. And I got this. This is True Wild from Amazon. Okay. Processing is different for a lot of the dried stuff. So just read carefully. All right. So you can use this again. Good for inflammation. Black pepper is also good for inflammation. Okay, and especially if you have chills, you want to warm yourself up, black pepper is good. Okay, what else do I have? Okay, now for some of you who's dealing with blood in your sugar, okay, and you're trying to maintain it, ginger tea is very helpful, but there's a very special root or plant that you can use, which is oh my god, lemongrass. Okay, this is lemongrass. Okay, what you do with lemongrass is very easy. Okay, so you just have to clean it up like this. I've already got one out cut up and boiled for you, but I'm going to show you how to use it. Okay, so get rid of the brown stuff, the junk ones. If I can do that. Okay. Okay, so you only need this part, okay? This part. Okay, so just cut it. Don't cut it too big, but don't cut it too small either. Okay. So you want to cut it maybe like about 1/2 inch. Something like that. And this is really, really, and lemongrass is also good for the heart. It's good for thinning in your blood. It's good for helping reduce blood sugar. And you mix it with the ginger tea, it's perfect. Okay, so what you need to do, I mean, you can just put this in the boiling water, but then it's going to be kind of hard to strain if you use a strainer. So what I do is I cut a little bit of a cheesecloth, about like this. Okay. And then I put it in. And you just tie it. And it's going to seal it. Okay, and the reason why I want to put it in a cheesecloth to boil it is that way you don't have to strain out the lemongrass later. No. And then you just toss this in. I've already made one. Okay. Oh no. The color of your water is going to be green. As I see, I have this. I don't know if you can see it. I should get a glass. Let me get a glass. Okay, so I don't have a, oh no, my light died. Really? Okay, so we're kind of in the dark. Alright, so this is, I don't know if you can see it, but the color is has a green tint. So when you're making your ginger tea, if you want to use the lemongrass, that's when you boil the ginger and the bag. Okay. So the more you put, the stronger it gets. And I'm starting to cough, excuse me. Okay. Now, okay, make sure that your water is super hot, okay? Now the other thing too that you can add in here, if you're not using the turmeric, if you've got the chills, got lots of body ache, you can use the ginger. I mean not the ginger, the black pepper, I'm sorry. Okay, just add a little bit, don't put too much, okay? Inside your ginger tea. Okay, now let's get away from the ginger tea. And let me show you how to make ginger oil. Okay. There is another way to create your own ginger oil. And I've given this recipe out, this technique, to a lot of people. Okay. This is refined organic coconut oil. This is about a tablespoon. Okay. Ginger is very good as a topical. If you have inflammation, it's also good when you've got a cough and your lungs are kind of constricted. You can create this oil. Don't make a lot, okay, because it will get rancid in time. Okay, so what you want to do with this, okay, do not microwave coconut oil, because what happens when you microwave it is that the microwave will change the medicinal properties of the coconut oil. So never microwave coconut oil. So what I usually do is I don't know if this is hot enough. Okay. Let me just, okay, so I get a bigger bowl, and my water's not that hot anymore. I'll be right back. I microwave the water in the bowl, okay, and then later on I'm going to put this in and melt this. Okay, so another reason why it is very important to do my technique when it comes to pulping the ginger, because you can use it to create your ginger oil. I'll get this done while I'm waiting for the water. Because what we're going to do is actually take the juice from the ginger and create ginger oil. It is not ginger essential oil, okay? Just so everybody knows. If you have ginger essential oil, that'd be great. But this is another way to use fresh ginger. Okay, so we now have a very, very hot little bowl, and in it I'm going to put this bowl. Okay, so what I'm going to do is wait until this melts it down. I've given out this recipe to a lot of people, and my brother's son, a couple of years ago, in the Philippines, he said, I was talking to him, and he says, my nephew, the oldest, had an ear infection that has been seen by the doctor twice, given medication, and he was still in pain. So I showed him how to create ginger oil and how to use a cotton ball to get rid of the infection using this ginger oil. And in less than, I'm live just so you know, in less than about 12 hours or so, when I called back, it was gone. Okay, so this is about 1 tablespoon. I don't know if you can see it. Ow. Okay, so this is a proper way of melting coconut oil that it has hardened. Do not microwave. Okay, so I'm going to take this, okay, the one that I just pulped up, and now I'm going to squeeze the juice. Don't throw this away, because you know what, you can put this in your tea. Or you can create a poultice. Poultice? Yeah. Yeah. And you can put it on your cut or something, or anything that's inflamed. Ginger is my go-to for everybody that comes to me, because it's like the easiest root that you can get, and it will help them at least ease some of the pain or whatever they have, until at least they bring in products that they need to buy. Okay, see, that's some of the juice. And then you just stir it. Okay, now you got your own homemade ginger oil. Okay. Okay, now what can you do with this? A lot. If you have acid reflux, you can, let me show you how to do this. Okay. I don't know if I can see it. Okay, so if you have acid reflux, you can take a little bit of this and then apply it here. If you have an upset stomach, okay, you take that and you rub it all around your tummy, and make sure that you're going around the belly button. Okay, if you have maybe a stomach virus, okay, then you can take that and lower abdomen right here, okay, and apply often. If you have a bruise or anything swollen or some sort of body ache or whatever, you can apply this on top of it. Okay, apply often, okay, because the key for any kind of essential oil type kind of thing is that the body will absorb it in 20 minutes. So you should apply as often as you can. So it's like after 20 minutes, apply again. Okay, and make sure that you are stirring it and combining it again. Okay, now the other thing that you can do with this is, you know, if you got nausea, you can put it on your palm like this, and then inhale it. Inhale it through your nose, and then blow out through your mouth. Okay, and then if your throat is sore, you can apply this on your throat. If your chest is sore from coughing, you know, or it's getting really tight and constricted, you can apply this on your chest as well. You can also apply it on your back. If you have a headache, it's not as strong for headache, but it can help, especially with nausea. You can apply this to your temples, to the back of your neck, okay, and behind your ears. Now, Lonnie, you have cotton?
Cotton what?
Cotton ball, cotton, no, not cotton, no, cotton around the world.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute, right there, it's right there, with the cotton. Sorry, I'm going to show you how to do the ear infection. Come on.
Don't do that out on the road.
My helper's really slow, sorry.
No, they can.
Oh, it's so good.
Oh no.
Okay, right there, thank you. All right.
I
Okay,
don't have my glasses on, I'm blind.
regular cotton. Okay. What you need to do if you're trying to help, really?
Extra.
I only need to demonstrate one time.
Never.
Okay. So if you've got an ear infection, okay, what you want to do, make sure that this is mixed, okay, and you need warm oil, okay. Do not, again, okay, so if this gets, what I'm going to do, let me show you, I'm sorry, I'm all over the place. Okay, so I'm going to put this in a container. You can put this in the refrigerator. What happens is when you do put it in the fridge, and you should put it in the fridge, is that it's going to get hard. Okay, so the way you're going to remelt this again is by using a bowl of hot water, microwave that, put this in the bowl with the hot water, and then do that. Never microwave. Okay, so this. Alright, so if you're trying to heal an ear infection, okay, what you want to do is take a cotton, okay, and cut it to the size of the ear hole. It has to be small enough to fit, but big enough not to fall in to the ear. Okay, so you're going to do is dip it in the oil. Okay, make sure it's fully saturated. And then squeeze out every single bit. Okay, every single bit. Do not have anything that could drip inside of the ear. Okay. Now what you're going to do with this, okay, so if it's the right ear, you're going to put this in the right ear and lie down on the left ear. Okay, because what we want is we want the aroma of the ginger to get into the ear. And then you check it every few hours, because what's going to happen is this is going to dry up, and then you do it again. And you keep doing this until the ear infection is gone. And while you have this in the ear, make sure that you take the oil and apply it on the side and the back of the ear. Okay? This is how I took care of my brother's, my nephew's ear infection that was already seen by a doctor twice. Less than 12 hours. Okay. Now, okay, now you know how to make ginger oil. Anybody has any questions? Watch the replay. I'm going to run out of time. All right. And now let's do something else that you can do is a foot soak. Now, I'm not going to actually do a foot soak, but you take this, okay? You take a bunch of this, and you don't even have to cut it, you know, take out the peel or anything. Okay, so we do I always tell people to do a detox bath or a hot foot soak or a hot body soak in the hottest water that you can handle. It has to be the hottest. It can't be like lukewarm or, you know, it has to be the hottest water that you can handle. Okay, and we do this to my granddaughter a lot when, and we've been doing it for her since she was an infant because of fever. But what I'm using right now, this is for people that have like body aches and swollen feet, just tired feet. You use ginger. Okay, what you do is in a bowl big enough to put your feet in, you're gonna take about, this is pink Himalayan salt. You can use like Hawaiian salt for people from Oahu or Hawaii, which is really, really good. But I always use pink Himalayan salt because it's got a lot of minerals and trace minerals. Okay, when you do a foot soak, okay, make sure that you are drinking enough water because this is dehydrative. It is going to dehydrate you. But what it's doing, the hot water actually pushes the ingredients that you're putting into your body, and it also pulls out garbage, virus, or whatever. And so it is necessary, very, very important that you drink a lot of water prior to your foot soak. And if you start feeling nauseous after your foot soak, it's just your body telling you that you need to drink more water. Okay, so drink water. So what you need to do is like about maybe 3 tablespoons of this in very, very hot water. You can cut, let me show you this. You can, this is organic. You can just slice this up. But the most important thing that you must remember to do is bruise it up, okay? So you can do this. You don't have to peel it. Because all you want to do is get a lot of the ginger in it. Okay, so but you do need to bruise it. It is very, very important that you bruise it. Because that's how you get a lot of the juices out of it. Okay. And the hot water is going to bring out all these juices. But it's kind of hard for the hot water to take it out of this. This is why you bruise it. Very important. Okay, and then you soak. You put this in. And you soak your feet for 20 minutes. Okay, exactly 20 minutes. Okay. Now, for those, again, with the people that are trying to control sugar glucose, you can add this too. Just cut it up, bruise it up. This is when you bruise it up, okay, because you're putting it in the hot water. Cut it up, bruise it up, soak in it. Okay, and another thing, again, very helpful, you can also do this. This is whole black pepper. Black pepper, again, is very anti-inflammatory, so you can take a bunch of this. Okay. And I should put this on. And just kind of crack them. And then you also put that in your foot soak. Okay, and that's going to help with your inflammation and body aches. So you can use black pepper, especially when you got the chills and your feet is really, really sore. This will work because black pepper helps to heat up your body and is very good for anti-inflammation. Okay, now we've got the foot soak. You can also do this in a bath. Again, very hot water that you can handle. You can put the pink Himalayan salt. What I do when I do a hot bath is I just grab, you know, like one handful, and I put it in the water. And then you can do this. Put this a bunch of, but of course, because it's in a bathtub, you're gonna have to use a little bit more ginger, okay? And if you're doing this in a bathtub, don't cut them up, okay? Like this, you can just bruise it, clean it up, and then bruise it up and put a bunch of it inside. Do not put the black pepper in it either, okay? Not the cracked one, because it's gonna clog up your pipes. You can, in that case, put the ground black pepper. Okay, that is good for body aches. It's also good if you've got a cold, you got a fever, you want to reduce that fever, you can do a detox bath. Again, very, very important. Okay, you must drink at least 8 ounces or so of water prior to any foot soak or bath. And if you start feeling nauseous or dizzy or headachy, it just means you need to drink more water. Okay, because doing a foot soak and a bath soak is very dehydrative. Okay, because we're using salt. And it has to be 20 minutes, and it has to be the hottest water that you can handle. Okay, and another thing, I think I'm almost closing down here. If you have stuffed up nose, you can boil some water, add the ginger pieces into the hot water. Has to be big enough. This has to be steaming hot water, okay? And you're gonna take a towel, put your head over it. Make sure that when you do put your head over the bowl, that it's not so hot that you're gonna burn your face. Okay, so boil the water, make it rolling boil, bring it to a bowl, wait a little bit, and then make sure you put these in. Again, same thing, you can use this, you can use the black pepper, you can use lemongrass, depending on what you're trying to accomplish here. And put your face over it, cover it with a towel, and inhale the aroma. Inhale it through your nose, inhale it through your mouth. It'll help with your throat, it'll help with your nose. Okay, and when you do it through your mouth, it will help get the aroma into your lungs as well. Okay, let's see, is that it? I think I've got it. Do we have any questions? I think I got it. Oh, one more thing. This little pulp here. Okay, I said don't throw it away because you can use it in your ginger tea. Okay, but you can also make a poultice. You know, for like if you've got say your leg is swollen and it really, really hurts and you're about to go to bed. Okay, what you can do with this is actually use this and put some more coconut oil on top of it, heat it up, and let me see if I can create something. Hold on. Okay, and what I do is get one of these large gauze, right? Okay. And this is really thick. Okay, so depending on how big your the area is, and you want to double it. Okay. Okay, and this is what I do. I'm going to take this. I'm going to make it big enough to cover that. Okay, we're not going to use this yet. Okay, so what you do, making such a mess here. Okay, you're going to take and take this, okay, and since we're dealing with, I mean, you can just use the ginger alone, but you can actually add a little bit of black pepper. Okay, and then we're going to take what happened to my oil. And now you can use the ginger oil that you just made, or you can use just plain coconut oil. Okay, and what we're going to do is saturate this, not too much. Okay, just enough to wet it, because you've already got a lot of the ginger medicinal properties still in there. Okay, and we use this too for it's good for cough. You put it on the chest and just leave it overnight. And you can also put this on your feet. If your feet is really sore, and put it in your shoe. I know, kind of weird, but okay. So depending on the area that you're trying to cover. So if you're doing your knee, right? Okay, so you're gonna put this on and kind of spread it. Okay. And try to concentrate it on the area, okay, where you need the inflammation to reduce. Okay. Okay. Now what this is for, okay. Okay, what? Okay, so you see how I had it double? And the reason why I have that is because this is what I'm going to do next. I just opened it, right? And now I have to respread it. Okay. Because I'm going to like create like an envelope sort of. Okay. And we're going to cover it up. And then we take, this is paper tape. You can use bandages if you want. And then we're going to kind of close this up a little. Just so that it doesn't come off when you're sleepy. And the good thing about the paper tape is the fact that it's permeable, so it will go through it anyway. But this is the side that's going to be on the outside. Okay. So what you're going to do is affix this part to like your arm or your elbow, like this, right? Okay, and now this is to cover it up like that. And the reason why you want to do this is because you want the very hard. And you want the ginger not to seep out from the front. You want it to go directly into your skin. Okay. Now how do you affix it? You can use the compression wraps or bandages to attach it, and you can leave this on overnight. You can put this on your chest if your chest is very congested. You can put it on your back. You can put it anywhere that you need extra help when you have inflammation, or like I said, when you've got like a cough. This is very good. We used this on Kalia when she was having such a hard time, and then Emma wanted to do it, and it actually did help reduce their coughing so they could sleep. Okay, and I think that's it. Okay, so fresh ginger root. Buy them. Okay, so I have a lot of people that that freeze their ginger. I don't freeze my ginger because of the fact that when you do freeze it, you kind of lose a lot of the medicinal properties to it. Wani, please. When you have so I don't like to do. I mean, I only like to use the fresh ones because I don't want to lose any of the medicinal properties of it. I never microwave it either. Okay, so there is a way for you to keep them fresh, and that is just by taking off the skin and then cutting them in bigger pieces. Don't cut them too small. Okay, and then you can put it in a jar and get some coconut oil and fill it up. And then that will keep for a little bit, but put it in a refrigerator. And then you're going to do the same thing. If you want to use it, because it's just coconut oil. If you need to put it in a ginger tea, it'll still work because coconut oil is good for you anyway. Okay, although it's going to be kind of oily, but you're going to have ginger, the lemon or the lime. Okay, so buy this. Okay, it's very helpful. It can do a lot of things. And then, anybody has any questions after this, after the live post, I will answer your questions afterwards. All right? Bye.